That looks so pretty. Babe, I just want to ask you a question.
What's that, babe?
Can you tell me why you got mad and walked away while we was getting the wood in Home Depot?
Oh, yeah, I got upset because I told you what wood we need to use to do it, and you told me, no, you ain't want that wood, I want the big wood. Then you asked somebody to work there, and they end up showing you the same wood that I told you that we finna use, and you told me no about. But being that another person told you it's okay to use the wood that I originally said use, so I felt some type of way and walked off. I had to, in my own mind, vent to myself about what I got to go through.
Oh, you going through something. You going through something.
Yeah, that's the whole.
So your wife ain't go through nothing when she have to ask you over and over and over and over and over.
Ask me over.
Your wife ain't go through nothing when she got to tell you, good job. Good job.
That's what you should do. I tell you, you look nice.
I wanted to hear more. I don't know where she was going with this. I wanted to storm off. That's just me. You want to storm off, that's you. But you remember we had this conversation about if I'm right, I'm going to be like, and I'm going to keep it at that. I'm going to have a little victory lap. I'm not going to storm off. I'm going to be like, isn't that what I told you about it? Okay, cool. Let's move on. I'm not going to feel some type of way. You ended up knowing that I was right. It's like if my girl were arguing over something and my girl wants to look over Google. Ask Google. And I'm going to stand there looking at you like that while you read. No. Read it out loud. Okay. Can we proceed into getting the wood so I can go back home and give you the wood? The storming off, if you do it enough times, sometimes you can go back to your girl and be like, yo, and ask the question. It's like, yo, every time I tell you something, you have to be so combative or always like, why, where? I have to question your trust with my judgment. Like, you don't trust anything there's a couple of times I would have let it pass. It's always good to have confirmation. And guess what? I could be wrong. I don't have that ego. I could be dead certain of something and go ask. At least we're going to have confirmation.
So if I take this in its totality, what makes me laugh about this and why I feel for the guy.
Because she's filming.
Yeah.
The filming.
So that's how I know this lady's unreasonable. Because even after recording that shit, even after like prepping it to upload and playing it back, her head never really picked up. That's what really gets me. Because like guys, you get an argument. Sometimes you're a little hard-headed. You guys argue after the fact a little bit, even if you're in the wrong. You pause it. She recorded that shit and then uploaded it online thinking like, I'm a bad And I just kept thinking to myself, I could only imagine what day-to-day gotta be like. Even with reflection, if she like that, that's what gets to me. Because I would say this, my frustration in that moment would be, we supposed to be a team, but something random, you gonna trust his word over mine, and then you're not gonna act like you weren't wrong. See, even acting like you weren't wrong is what also annoys me, because I told you, and then you're gonna still act incredulous. So to me, the mindset is like, at least how this feels for me, is it feels like it undermines this idea of us in unity, because it don't feel like we a team. It feels like you undermine me. And that's the part that would get to me over time.
Yeah, I understand. And I think that we're viewing ourselves in the perspective of the man because we're men. But they're both weird. Storming off because you could be wrong. That's just me. There's a little bit of ego. Because what? She asked somebody and then, okay, so you was right. So I was like, you stormed off is weird to me. That's the weird part. But I get it. I understand it. Because if she's filming it like that, it means that it's not the first time that it happens. It means that you constantly undermine his opinion. Why do I know that? Because after you was wrong, you still film it and make him look like a villain. Like you have to get the upper hand on something. So that tells me you're petty. Both of them are a bit weird. There's one that is a little bit worse than the other. I find storming off, especially if it does happen a lot, and you're being petty because storming off is weird. But
there's no way that's
filming
the first
time. Yeah, it does because it takes a toll. Filming it and then after that making me look at the villain like you told the story looks bad because he says it and you agree. Yeah, okay, I ask and then he says, well, I was having a moment. And then you film it and then you try to make him look still like a villain.
Yeah,
you're off. There's degrees.
I don't think him walking off quietly, as long as he's not making it seen, I don't think it's a big deal. If you ask somebody, they disregard you, and they go ask a third party, then that person agrees with what you really said, and you don't acknowledge that, and you don't come back and be like, yeah, well, we're going to get the thing that you originally wanted, which I said we're not going to get. Yeah, that does feel invalidating. And you won't even own that after the fact. I might need a second.
I think we're saying the same thing.
But no, you said storming off is weird. I don't think it's weird.
I think it's weird, but it's not as bad as that. And you're saying it's not that. It's not that bad. And you're saying
we don't agree because I'm saying it's not weird. It's not weird when your partner invalidates you like that, and then you just say, "I'm gonna just take a space for a second." That's not weird because it is hurtful. And like you and I agree, this don't look like it's the first time based on how they acted.
No, I don't.
So after you might need a second. It's not weird in a couple when your partner does something repeatedly that you take a second. Now, if he made a scene, that's one thing, but that's not what happened.
No, he quietly left.
So walk in and just, I don't think that's a bad way to deal with someone disrespecting you and then realizing that they were wrong and still not willing to acknowledge it. I don't think that's a bad thing. If I was at home, for example, I'm at home. My girl says some foul mouth, whatever it could be. Then her friend tells her she wrong. And she look at me and she won't admit it. I might need a second. I might. I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's weird at all. I actually think that's healthy. Because rather than saying something in that moment.
What I would storm off is when that friend's telling you you're wrong. And then your girl pulls out their phone and be like, okay, see, what happened is, you know what I mean? That's what happened. That's where I would storm up in that situation. In that situation with that dude, when she pulls out the camera and then she's trying to make me look, and I know she's going to post it on social media. She's not going to look at it later. Why are you posting? I would storm off, right? I would be like, oh, you're doing this? All right, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. You could drive home. I'll take this.
Yeah.
I'll be like, that's where I would storm off. And I know I said that it was not the first time because of the way that she's acting. I know for a fact that it's not the first time. Me storming off, I'm like, I would have dealt it. Let's see. I'm not saying that it's wrong that he's left, but I would have dealt with it with a different way. That's just me.
Fair.
But the filming.
Hey, shit, I would have done that with a lot of people.
The filming, oh my girl.
Yo, you wrong and you won't admit it and you gonna come back here like nothing?
You wrong and you want to make me look wrong. Now you want to make me look like the villain with
the internet?
Wait. You want to make me look like the villain in front of nobodies?
No.
In front of people that don't matter in your life. Like you want strangers to comment on the shit that you was wrong with?
Because you don't realize it after the fact. That's what makes me real. Like, there have been times, guys, where I've been
divorce.
I mean, it feels like it leads to something bigger. But I'll say, like, there's been times where I've said some things and I was in the wrong. And in the moment, I might not have apologized, but you reflect on it and you own that shit. But you can't be proven wrong, look at the other person, and then still be disrespectful. Like, at some point, you got to just eat that shit. And if you don't, that's when resentment builds. That kind of like, ugh.
The filming.
He's a better man than me, though.
The filming is crazy.
It's crazy.
But you love her.
You
love her, and God bless you.
Yeah.
But you know what that means when I say it, because I don't believe in God. Bless you.
Thanks.
I chew.